In this video we will explore 5 of the most haunted houses I have visited during my travels. Some of these homes are places of murder, some are cursed, and some just have a downright creepy vibe to them. Stay tuned to find out what makes number 1. The first house on this list is not a well-known haunted location. It has no worldwide reputation for its paranormal activity, nor does it have a history that is known to me. The dilapidated and abandoned farmhouse was brought to my attention by one of my subscribers who asked me to check out the property. After visiting, we dubbed this the Slender Man house, simply for some creepy graffiti that was present on one of the walls left standing within the home. It was apparent that the house had been vandalised, abandoned for an extremely long time, and was dangerous for how deteriorated it had become. We conducted a paranormal investigation within the house and were surprised with the results, given we had no history to work with. For me personally, this is one of the locations that affected me the most. I'm not gonna lie, I've got a really not good feeling. During our first investigation, I had extreme feelings of anxiety and got generally distressed within the home's bathroom. The feelings seemed to hit me out of nowhere and dissipated just as fast as it came about. During the time I was feeling this way, we also picked up on a very strange noise inside that bathroom, which only added to my concern. I don't feel safe. I really don't like this room.
Fuck with that.
Oh my god. Is that you making that noise?
No.
What the heck? What is that? There were a few other moments of interest while we investigated this house on that same night.
Blood.
Blood?
Blood's written on the bathtub in the bathroom.
Yeah, it is.
There's a brick where the cat ball is.
Ooh.
Ooh. You getting magnetometer while that's going off?
Yeah, I am.
Ball is.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We also returned months later to conduct a live paranormal investigation at the property, which also provided us with a few chilling moments.
Abused.
Abused.
Is that what happened in this home? Can you do that again? If you do that again, we'll stay here for a bit longer with you. Oh my god! Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Can you touch that ball again? Thank you. The Slender Man house is definitely one of the most unsettling places I have ever investigated in the world. If you'd like to check out full videos on this location or any others on this list, you'll find links to them in the description below. Now we move on to one of the most notorious haunted locations in the world, the WHALEY house in San Diego. This former family home is commonly cited as being the most haunted house in the USA. This place was built by Thomas Whaley in 1857 and contained a general store, courthouse, and theatre, in addition to being a home for the Whaley family. Ever since the house was built, it is said to have been haunted. Apparently many people have seen a man known as Yankee Jim Robinson within the Whaley house, and even reported to have heard his heavy boots walking around. He is thought to remain at the property after being hanged on the land the Whaley house now stands on back in 1850. Thomas and his wife Anna Whaley are both also thought to haunt the home since their deaths, with many people sighting them around the building. The couple's young son, Thomas Jr. is also thought to remain within the home after dying at just 18 months old. Another of the Whaley's children, Violet, is said to haunt the house. She became depressed after having many issues with her husband and took her own life on the 2nd floor of the building. The home is even rumoured to have a ghost dog and a ghost cat who have been sighted many times in the yard. Countless reports of the paranormal within the Whaley house exist. Poltergeist activity is one of the most common, as well as unexplainable noises that range from voices having conversations to music playing. Phantom smells are another occurrence that is commonly reported, and then there are some who believe that the house actually contains some kind of portal. Either way, the Whaley house seems to live up to its haunted reputation, with many visitors leaving with a strange experience. Our next location is one of the scariest haunted places in the Philippines, the LAPERAL White House. This location was built in the 1920s by a wealthy family who intended it to be used as a summer getaway house, though it became more of a curse and burden to that family. Don Roberto LAPERAL and his wife Donna Victoria introduced their family to the home and would come to regret that decision. One of the most tragic tales from the house relates to the LAPERAL's 3-year-old daughter. This young girl died after wandering out onto the street in front of the house, being hit by a car and dying instantly. This event was witnessed by the family nanny, who felt personal guilt over the incident, for she was supposed to be supervising the young girl. Shortly after, she also took her own life within the White House's attic. Many have cited the little girl on the front porch of the house, and some say that the nanny still resides on the property along with the little girl's spirit, trying her best to look out for the little girl in the afterlife. Eventually, all of the LAPERAL's children died, with a number of their deaths occurring inside the house. Then, following the death of his wife, Don Roberto also died, having a heart attack as he attempted to leave the house for the final time before selling it. The LAPERALs aren't the only ones to haunt the home, as it was taken by the Japanese during World War II. Here it was used as a temporary garrison, where torture and execution supposedly took place. Many to enter the house have claimed to cite Japanese soldiers, with plenty more describing experiences of physical attacks, such as being pushed and scratched by the unseen. Our next haunted house is the location of a crime that shocked many and continues to gain attention to this day, remaining a mysterious unsolved case. The LIZZIE Borden murder house saw atrocious crimes committed within it on the morning of August 4, 1892, with 2 of the home's former occupants being hacked to death with a hatchet. On this day, Abby and Andrew Borden were murdered within the home. Abby was killed in an upstairs bedroom, while Andrew was killed in the downstairs living room. This left Lizzie Borden, Andrew's daughter and Abby's stepdaughter, the prime suspect in the murder case. To this day, the murders remain unsolved, though many have speculated that Lizzie could have been involved in some way. As far as ghost stories go, many say the Bordens continue to haunt the home, with people claiming to sight both Abby and Andrew within the house. Some have even claimed to feel their presence or even hear them speak. There's even been some pretty eerie photographs captured within the home that could display their ghosts. Light anomalies and EVPs are other popular pieces of ghostly evidence that people commonly claim to capture within the building. It's interesting to note that many have also interacted with the spirits of children within the upstairs parts of this house, thought to potentially be children murdered by their own mother on the property next door. All the ghost stories aside, the Lizzie Borden murder house remains a very strange place to visit for the atmosphere that lingers within the old home. Before we get to the number 1 spot in this list of haunted houses, I wanted to give a few honourable mentions to scary properties with their own paranormal histories, which you can read more about on my website AmysCrypt.com. We have the Witch's House in Salem, Massachusetts, the last remaining home with links to the Salem witch trials. We also have the La Moira House in Mexico City, a cursed place that provided a young man with a death prophecy. And finally, the Merchant's House in New York City, a grand old home where some very strange paranormal events have occurred. Now, onto our final haunted house, which exists in Strathalbyn, South Australia. This property is known as GLENBARR and dates back to the 1840s when it was built by the early Scottish settlers to the area. The home was originally owned by the Rankin family and extends to include a barn, which was later converted to a church, and other buildings that contain a rather creepy underground cellar. Having such a long history, and being a place where death has been experienced in the past, has led to many rumours that the GLENBARR property is haunted. Plenty of people have claimed to sight and hear ghosts of the past within the old house. A lady gazing out the front window while holding a lantern has been sighted, and others who have seen spirits here have even been able to match their sightings to historical photos of people linked to GLENBARR. The property's church and underground cellar are also said to be haunted, with many people having had experiences there too. Our own paranormal investigation of the house seemed to provide us with some relevant responses linked to the home's history.
What's your name?
William.
And the very first people coming into this area was a fellow by the name of William Rankin. And William Rankin came across on a boat from Scotland and settled here with his brother Dr. John Rankin.
We also had a fright inside the church when our equipment case was slammed shut with force while we were attempting to communicate using a spirit box.
Oh shit! What was that? What just happened? Oh shit! What was that? Oh shit! What was that?
For this reason, I place GLENBARR right up there as one of the most haunted places I have ever investigated. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. You'll find more information on these places at AmysCrypt.com, and any full videos related to these haunted houses will be linked below in the description. You can follow me on social media at AmysCrypt. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. You can also get bonus content and more on my Patreon and YouTube members, which are linked below. Thanks for watching, Crypt Keepers. Until next time.